Hello everyone! Thanks for joining us today. I am really glad to participate in the Team Up forum by Scandio and K15T. Today, we are going to uncover 5 ways to leverage your external data inside Jira with Elements Connect. My name is Julie Dantin. I'm the head of marketing at Elements and I'll be walking you through this presentation. Well, if you're here today, you probably use Jira as the place where your dev team, your IT team, and maybe even your business teams plan and track work items. But Jira is not the only tool in use in your organization, I bet. You might have a CRM such as Salesforce, LDAP, where you store all your employees' details, Confluence, Okta, or any other identity and access management system, and even tools that were custom developed internally and that have their own database. You might agree that nowadays data is really at the heart of every business. But too often, it is scattered across these different tools that we use. That means that on a daily basis, employees lose time looking for information, duplicate it, and misspell it. What if you could turn Jira into the hub in your information system and bring all this data that you have in your organization available in context to Jira users so that your employees are more efficient and delighted? Well, that's where our app, Elements Connect, comes into play. Elements Connect allows you to bring your external data inside Jira issues. It's available for Jira Server and Data Center. And we have just launched a cloud version of the app that is now available in public beta on the Atlassian Marketplace. I will be showing you a sneak preview of this cloud version later in this presentation, so stay tuned. Now let's have a look at what we learned today. During this presentation, we are going to explore 5 ways you can leverage your external data inside Jira. First, we'll have a look at how you can bring information about your employees from a LDAP inside Jira issues. Then we'll see how you can connect Jira to a product catalog, such as Best Buy via its REST API, and bring inside the Jira issue details about products, their category, and so on. We'll also see how you can connect Jira to Salesforce to bring in details about your deals, your accounts, contacts, right in the Jira issue where people work. But that's not all. We'll also see how we can connect Jira to status page so that your Jira users, when they want to raise an issue about an incident they're facing with one of your systems, they know in real time the status of this system. And last, we'll have a look at an example with a custom database. This example is going to be using our upcoming cloud version of our app. And we'll see how we can bring information from a PostgreSQL database inside Jira Service Desk Cloud. I hope that by the end of this presentation, you'll have a clear idea how you can use Elements Connect to build your own use case. So without further ado, let's get started. And we are going to start by having a look at 4 examples that use our Jira Server and Data Center version of Elements Connect. The first example I want us to explore is how you can get employee details from a LDAP and bring this information inside Jira issues. In this example, we'll fetch details about one of our employees from within the Jira issue. So for this demo, we are going to use the Elements Connect demo portal. This is a simplified view of a Jira Service Desk customer portal with just the Elements Connect custom fields displayed, so the view isn't cluttered. So here we have 2 Elements Connect custom fields displayed. I'm fetching values in real time for my LDAP, and I can see all the employees that we have in our organization. I select one of them, Hubert, and I get details about him, his name, his role, phone number, and email address. This extra information is displayed in read-only mode. And there is dependency between the 2 fields, the user field and the detail fields. One thing I want to draw your attention to is how we could customize the display of this second field using HTML. Now, how can you leverage that at your company? One of the popular use cases is to display information about the reporter of an issue directly within the Jira ticket. A second use case is to manage access requests by displaying a select list of the tools one of your users doesn't have yet access to. He can select the tool he wants and then request access to that tool. One of the most popular use cases that we have with an integration between Jira and LDAP is to set the user's manager as the approver of a ticket. How do you do that? Well, simply put, you can use a velocity variable in your connect custom field to fetch the current user's manager from your LDAP, and then you can set him as the approver of the ticket. Let's move on to our second use case. So now we're going to look at product details. And for this use case, we're going to use Elements Connect to fetch data from Best Buy. For those of you who are not familiar with Best Buy, think of it as an alternative to Amazon when it comes to electronic devices. So here's our Jira Service Desk simplified portal again, and here we are going to have 3 Elements Connect custom fields. The first one is going to fetch the product category from the Best Buy REST API. Then we'll fetch the products that are related to this category, and last we'll display product details. Here's how it works. So here we have an autocomplete select list, so I can start typing my category, and Elements Connect will fetch information about this category in real time. I choose the one I'm interested in, and now I see all the computers that are available on the Best Buy product catalog. And I can start typing again and select my computer. Then I have a very nice read-only display that shows me details about this product. Its price, picture, manufacturer. That's it for the demo. Now let's look at how you can use that at your company. So some of the most popular use cases for connecting to a product catalog is when you use Jira to place orders to a supplier. You can set up an integration between your catalog and Jira so that you don't have to leave the Jira interface to place your orders. And it works just the same if you want to provide access to your clients to your own product catalog via Jira. And one last use case that's a little bit more advanced is that you can use this integration to create a custom code generator directly within Jira. Now let's have a look at how you can fetch details about clients from a CRM and display customer data inside Jira issues. Here, again, we'll use Elements Connect and fetch data from Salesforce via its REST API. We'll display this customer data inside the Jira issues. Until now, I've shown you examples on the simplified Jira Service Desk customer portal. But I want to show you that Elements Connect works just the same with Jira Software and Jira Core. So for this example, we're gonna head to Jira Software. Here we are on a sales project and I'm creating a pre-sales request. I've already filled in some information, a summary, some details, a due date. And now I'm about to fill in Elements Connect custom fields. Here we have 3 Elements Connect custom fields. The first one is the Salesforce account. Then we have the Salesforce contact for this particular account, again, dependency here, and then Salesforce opportunities that are related to the same account. So I start typing the Salesforce account I'm looking for. It's automatically completed. Then I can select my Salesforce contact that relates to my pre-sales request and the relevant opportunities. It took me seconds. In the Jira issue view, we could display the data that Elements Connect is bringing inside Jira in 2 tabs. The first one about the contact and then the second one where we display information about the opportunities. Notice that we were able to add extra information that we do not see in the issue creation screen. such as the amount and the stage of the Salesforce opportunities. This integration is particularly useful in two situations. The one that we just saw, where we can close the information gap between your sales and project teams when they use Jira as the place where they handle pre-sales. And the second one is to enhance customer support by providing your agents with more details about the customer context so they can provide precise, accurate answers. In this fourth use case, I want to show you how you can provide Jira users with up-to-date service status information. I guess most of you are familiar with Status Page, the product that Atlassian acquired and that allows to be transparent about the status of the services that you provide to your users. Now, one thing that you might not know is that you can bring the information from Status Page directly inside the Jira issue. Let's have a look at how it works. So back to our simplified support portal. So here I just want to show you two fields. They both fetch their values from Atlassian's own status page. The first one, Atlassian Services, provides a list of Atlassian tools. And the second one provides these tools particular status. So here I have a problem with Jira. I'm going to select Jira software in the first select list. And then I see that this service is currently operational, so maybe the problem is on my end. This integration can be very useful if you want to inform users of a service current status before it raises an incident. It's also useful if you want to give real-time information on running or outage services. As Elements Connect fields are live updated, you always get real-time information. Let's now have a look at Elements Connect for Jira Cloud in action. For today's example, we are going to go at Teloyan. Teloyan is a company that manufactures and sells environmental remediation robots. It has offices in various places in the world, in London, Toulouse, where I'm currently based, New York, and Boston, to name a few. And we're going to play the role of Carlos. Carlos is the head of engineering of the Boston office at Teloyan, and today he has an issue with this printer. So what he'll do is log into Teloyan's internal Jira service desk, go to the office management portal, and report a maintenance issue with his printer. One thing you need to know is that at Teloyan we store our assets in a CMDB, and that this CMDB uses PostgreSQL database, and we'll use Elements Connect to fetch data from this CMDB and make it available in context to Jira Service Desk Cloud users and agents. Let's now have a look at the customer experience using Elements Connect. Here, I am logged in as Carlos, and I'm on the Office Management Support portal. I'm going to raise a request. I've already entered the summary, selected the type of maintenance I need, and added a few details for the support team. Now that's where it gets interesting. Here we have 3 Elements Connect connected items: Office, Printer, and Printer details. And they all fetch their values from the CMDB I previously mentioned. Here, I select my office from a list. I choose Boston. This is an autocomplete select list, by the way, so if I start typing B, I'll only see Boston. Then I'll see several printer options. All these printers are based in the Boston office. Had I chosen New York, for example, it would have shown me the New York office printers. This is because there's a dependency between the two connected items, and the printer item only shows printers from the previously selected office. I select my printer from the list, and then I have some more details about it. This is again an Elements Connect connected item with a dependency on the previous one. Notice we used some HTML to customize its display. That's it, I can create my request. At no time I had to manually input information about my printer. I just had to choose the right options, and everything the office management team needs is fetched by Elements Connect. Let's now move on and have a look at the agent experience on the other side. Here, I am logged in as Suzy, our office coordinator, and I have one new ticket. In this ticket, I see an Elements Connect panel in which I have the information that Carlos selected previously. Here we use the standard Jira issue view, but you could use the new issue view if you'd like. It works just the same. That's not all. Our support manager, Sunny, can configure specific queues using the information stored in our CMDB. Let's have a look at the Boston office queue I've configured, where I display only the tickets that comes from the Boston office. I also have a queue for the Toulouse office ticket. How did I achieve this? I just used the information from the office item in my JQL filter and selected Boston. I could do that because Elements Connect for Jira Cloud items also have mirror fields that can be used in JQL queries. So to sum up here, thanks to Elements Connect, we could enhance our support so it's more efficient and delightful for the customer. The office coordinator had all the information she needs, and the support manager could even customize the experience with specific queues based on information that comes from your external data source. Today we've used a number of demos that comes from our Elements Connect demo portal. I highly encourage you to have a look at this demo portal and play with your use cases. You can see the URL on your screen right now. This is the end of my presentation. I really hope it has shown you the power of Elements Connect and how bringing your external data inside Jira can really make a difference in your team's day-to-day work. Thank you for watching, and don't miss the open chat to ask your questions.